My name is Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
Time for our tale of the tape. It's Amir King Khan. And it's the King. It's the Pac-Man. How intimidating would it be to look up and see this man? This bout. You've heard of people dance. The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. Punch, counter punch. Hey, those punches add up. They blocked the left there. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Dad! What an amazing environment, Johnny. A special night. These two gladiators going at it in the outdoors.
Now things have cooled down. Now the fans are heating it up again. They've been excited, waiting for this. How have they prepared for this, these fighters? This is going to be so hard, but so different.
Well done with that counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. Nope, that hook won't score. There's a counter shot. How about that time counter shot? Nice counter punch right up the middle. A perfect counter lands. Nice counter. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nice counter shot. Johnny, a lot of fighters focus on their defense with their hands up. This fighter focuses on their defense with their footwork, moving on those angles, staying out of danger.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement. Move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Big whiff with the right hook. Beautiful counter shot. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's
You've got to take that confidence away.
Here we go. It's round two. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Perfect counter shot. This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponent by applying constant pressure.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. So much firepower here. Beautiful counter punch. Catch and shoot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And he scores with the counter. Just misses with that left uppercut. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. That counter shot lands. They exchange punches. The hand speed in these lighter divisions is always so impressive, but if you can sneak in a power shot every once in a while and sit down on a punch, that's where you separate yourself. That counter punch caught him clean. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They're both trying for a knockout. The straight right just misses. Good counter punching. Those counter punches have to hurt. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Great work. I love that. I love that. That jab's slick. Now, I don't want
Forget about that round. It was a bad...
On to the third. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he misses with that straight left. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Good counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter punch. Can't land that jab. Oh, Pacquiao is seeing stars after that one. And Manny goes down. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
That's lights out right there.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
They exchange punches. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Good counter punch. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be. There's the bell for round 4. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
That counter punch caught him clean. Good counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Good counter punching. One punch could change everything in this battle. A perfect counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He threw a punch and just got countered. Those counter punches have to hurt. Nice counter punch right up the middle. There's a counter shot. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter. Fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Well done with that counter shot. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A perfect counter lands. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
That jab's slick.
And there's the bell for round 5. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We'd like to see more jabs. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Good counter punching. Unlucky to miss with that jab. A perfect counter lands. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Misses with the straight left. That jab doesn't find a home. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Those counter punches have to hurt. How much confidence do you... And Amir Khan finally on the canvas. And he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five. Are you okay?
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Caution being thrown to the wind. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. They exchange punches. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that...
Need you to switch back on.
There's the bell for round 6. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff it.
That counter shot lands. Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Can't find a home for that jab. Nice counter. Another scoring shot there. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
That counter punch caught him clean. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Pacquiao there got clipped clean. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four, five, six. You continue.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. about that time counter shot? Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
You're being put down, you've got to think right. So
Get that jab back.
here comes round 7. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
what a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
And wisely, they're going to take a knee here. No choice but to do that.
That must have really dented the ego. You don't want your opponent to see you do that.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. And down goes Amir Khan. Wow, let's take another look at that.
A shot from the god took him out.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
He's got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
He's got the advantage halfway through the round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Counter punch caught him clean. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Ten seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
I love the...
Round 8, and we're off again. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
You'd like to see more jabs. Catch and shoot. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
He needs has to be careful not to punch himself out. And he just missed with that left jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. The only fear you have with this lightweight is, has he punched himself out? You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Good counter punch. The perfect counter lands. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
He's got to be confident.
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Blocks that jab. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
Where did...
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory. That is... Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot.